Towson University Tiger football team enjoyed a week off this week, but they're back in action. The Tiger Football Report starts now.
For an athlete, there's nothing scarier than a torn ACL.
Athletes trust us with their care and their careers because we're a recognized leader in sports medicine.
Get back to your active life sooner with MedStar Sports Medicine.
Wise Market's ice cream plant is based in Sunbury, Pennsylvania, and locally owned and operated. We've been making our ice cream for nearly 50 years. We create roughly 70 flavors of ice cream right now. We use local ingredients, especially our cream, which is from our milk plant. The cream is what gives our ice cream a rich and creamy texture. Now, together with our customers, we've created a product called Peanut Butter Indulgence, which will be coming out this summer. It's a peanut butter ice cream with sea salt caramel swirl and chocolate-covered pretzel. How could you go wrong with that? Personally, I love our ice cream. If you come to our house at any given time, you'll find at least 5 packets of ice cream in our freezer. Our kids grew up eating Wise quality ice cream, and now we get to treat our grandchildren to it. It's been a pleasure for me to be tasting ice cream for over 40 years for Wise Markets, and I'm loving every minute of it.
Welcome, Tiger fans, to another edition of the Tiger Football Report. I'm your host, Spiro Morekas, along with head coach Rob Ambrose. And Coach, the Tigers enjoying their bye week this past week, but back to business against a team that I would say is resourceful. They've won their last 2 games in overtime. The Richmond Spiders come to Johnny Unitas Stadium Saturday at 4 o'clock.
Resourceful. That's an interesting way to put it. Enjoyed our bye week. A bye week coming off a loss is never an enjoyable bye week. Although we did find a way to get some really good work done and do some interesting things along the way. And Richmond has Kyle Lauletta. Let's just say that. And sitting around the staff room today, it is commonly thought that Lauletta is probably the best quarterback we've seen since a guy named Garoppolo. And he's not far off.
Yeah, named CAA Player of the Week. He's only averaging 405 yards a game through the air, 17 touchdowns, and only a couple of interceptions. That's a heck of a ratio.
It is. It's the reason why he was a Player of the Year, and he probably will be again this year. And he is clearly carrying that offense and doing it extremely well. Now, I say that. You can be the best quarterback in America, but you got to have somebody to throw it to. And he has a stable full of really impressive wideouts to throw it to. They can catch it, and then they can run once they catch it. So, once again, we're going to play a nationally ranked team walking into the house, and really good football players, really good football coaches.
And not only do you have to have people to throw to, you have to have people to block so you can throw. And their running game also has been effective, as they're averaging 4.5 yards a carry.
They are. Just depends on who plays them and how they play them. It's been hot or cold. They're either running the ball really well, or they just, like last week at some point in the Albany game, they just gave up on the run and decided to let Kyle throw it, and he made the most of it, clearly.
That was a game where they were trailing most of the way, came back to win in overtime. So that's 2 weeks in a row with the overtime wins, as we mentioned. They're a team that year in and year out over the last 5-6 years has been a contender. They've made it to a Final Four, but they have a new coaching staff this year because their coaching staff left and went to Delaware, which is kind of odd to have it move in conference. But do you see much difference in the way they're coached this year as they were under Danny Rocco?
Well, it's the same kids, so they're hardworking, they're very, very strong, they're very intelligent, and they're very disciplined. Some of the schemes are tweaked a little bit, more defensively than offensively, but no, they're still a really, really good football team, and it's no surprise. Having it coming from behind in crucial games and winning overtime when you have a senior leader as a quarterback, that's a difference maker right there. There's something calming that everybody knows. The guy who touches the ball every single play has got this. And then everybody kind of raises their game afterwards.
You guys, you had the bye week. I know you took most of the weekend off, I guess. But you worked hard last week. You'll work hard this week. What were the main things you're looking to accomplish during practice over the last 10 days?
Well, a lot of the run game offensively, you know, we got an offensive line who's relatively young but strong and intelligent, and they're working well together, and they have been working well together. But two freshmen, you know, two of the three freshman backs just don't have college experience. I think I said this in an interview today. When you're a high school running back and the hole doesn't show itself right away, your instinct is to run to the sideline because you come from a place where you're faster than everyone else. And it takes guys a while to realize, Division I football, we can all run. So it takes intelligence, experience, and patience to be able to pick through some of these holes. And we really, really, really worked hard on that last week. To quote C.J. Williams, who is in his 5th year, he's a transfer, Calvert Hall kid, local kid, been playing football locally and everybody knows who he is.
6th all-time rusher in Bucknell history.
Now you know stats of other schools.
Well, I saw that when he came here.
But he texted me after I guess it was the Tuesday practice. He said, Coach, in all the years I played football, I've never been a part of a bye week practice like this one. He goes, this is the greatest bye week practice I've ever been to. This is amazing. And honestly, it's because we got after it. We really did. Now, for interesting things, we started Tuesday and Wednesday's practice with a competitive debate. We had a debate tournament that culminated on Sunday. Yes.
What did you debate?
Hot topics that are in society right now, and that we guys had to argue for or against within the basis of a true debating type schedule, and they had to do their research. They did it for some time off of study hall, and that the winners of the debate tournament will get to eat dinner at my house.
And who was the judge?
Well, we let the players do it on Tuesday and Wednesday, and then we got to the finals. We broke it down into 3 judges. So we had the team who could vote. Then all the other participants from the debates that didn't win, they got a separate vote, so that was 2. And then Elisa Newman and myself were the tiebreakers as the 3rd vote.
Okay. You want to tell us who the winners were, or no?
Sure. Jindu Chizar and Denard Graham. And they did a great job. They were very, very prepared. They worked their way through the different levels, and some of the topics were easy to argue, and some of them were very difficult. But in the end, the guys really learned that if they wanted to win, whether it was for or against, they had to prepare. And they had to prepare not only what they were thinking about, but how they were going to talk and what it is that they were going to argue. And then they had to be quick on their feet to rebut points from the other team. So we had a conversation about kids like to talk today, but they don't really know necessarily how to communicate in a concise, intelligent way. They kind of yell at each other, or they just get on social media and kind of verbal, vomit everywhere, and who knows what happens. But there's good points. They have really, really good points, but they haven't figured out how to use it in speech and structure. So we decided to give them boundaries, to give them direction, and to give them something that not only the guys who did the debate, it was awesome, but the guys who sat and watched, I think if we ever do this again, they're gonna clamor for more teams because guys wanted to be a part of this. Now, when would you think football players ever want to get around and debate anything competitively? But I guess it's football, so we just want to be competitive.
Some teams go bowling for team unity. The Towson University Tiger football team debates. And before we go, I remember you when you were childless. Now, this week, you make an announcement that your daughter is coming to Towson as a goalie in soccer.
This is true. That my daughter she started playing soccer very, very late in her career. All those kids have been playing since they were little kids, and she in the spring she would play baseball with the boys. I mean, that's just in basketball. And fall was usually time to go watch football. And she really got into soccer, fell in love with it, became a goalie, learned a little bit. She's got a big upside. She's tall, and she's a coach's kid. So, God help you if you do something wrong, she'll yell at you. And but she's a little bit crazy and plays the game a little bit crazy, a little bit reckless. I don't know who that's like. But Coach Painter and she developed a decent little relationship, and she's traveled a lot. We live somewhere else. She's been going to games with me since she's about 12 years old. And her mother kind of got at her about, why are you going to make this decision? You go see some other schools. She said, Mom, I've been going to colleges with my dad forever. How many schools do you want me to see? She goes, this is home. If it's good enough for my dad, it's good enough for me. I love this place. And when she said that, I couldn't argue. This is home, and these people are special. And I'm real proud.
Like I said, I remember you when you had no children, and now they're going to college.
Thank you. I didn't feel old until you said that.
You're welcome. The Tigers and the Spiders will do battle Saturday, 4 o'clock at Johnny Unitas Stadium. We hope you come on out. If not, Hall of Fame Towson football coach Gordy Combs and I will have the call for you on TowsonTigers.com and CBS Sports Radio 1300 starting at 3:45 with the pregame show. For the old man, Rob Ambrose, I'm Spiro Morekas. Thanks for tuning in to another edition of the Tiger Football Report. And as always, go Tigers.